Well, just this, um, whatever is happening is already whole and complete. There is really nothing missing here. Even what appears to be a thought of something missing is not missing, is already whole and complete. It's just wholeness expressing as that. There isn't any separate thing here. That is just standing out on its own. Even what appears to be the movement, the wind blowing, cars moving, people walking, it's just everything expressing as that. There's no one here who's actually doing anything. There's no one walking. There are no actual cars moving. It's just wholeness appearing to dance. It's just wholeness expressing as that. What appears to be a need or a desire to get something may seem to take place, may seem to happen, but that as it is not separate from this. It's just this expressing as that. It's just wholeness appearing as that, as a need to get something or a desire to achieve something. So this as it is can't really be spoken. This as it is can't really be said. There is already no dividing line here. There is already no separation. There is already nothing separate from this to find this. It's just simply this wholeness. You can call it whatever, it doesn't really mind. It is not a thing. It's not a thing that can be pointed at. It is not a thing that can be grasped, that can be seen, that can be known. It's just nothing that seems to appear as everything. So there is already nothing to fix. There is already nothing to know. There is already no one to know anything. There's just simply this what is. Thinking happening, waiting happening, wondering happening. So everything as it is already empty. Yet somehow it's full in a sense that it's already every appearance. It's already everything. Yet as it is, it's still empty. So this can never really be achieved by anyone. This can never really be gotten. Because there's no distance here to cover. What appears to be the distance is just illusory. It's an illusion. There's no real distance. It's all imagined. Or what appears to be the distance has to do with the story of being somebody. Something seems to say, I'm here, sitting on a chair. Then there's somebody walking there. It all has to do with the identification with the body. Something seems to identify with the body. So that as it is already whole and complete. It's not that the identification itself implies or something separate. It's already wholeness appearing as something identifying with the body. There's already no George here. There's already no Michael. There's already no Nkosi. There's just simply this. This as it is already nameless. This as it is already formless, yet appearing as what seems to be a form. So everything is empty. Every appearance is already empty. In a sense that it's already everything. There's no dividing line. It's not divided. It's not separate. There's no separation. Separation is thought-based. It's just a thought that appears to say there's separation, but there's no real separation. So anything may arise here. Any question, any sensation may arise. Any word may be spoken, but it doesn't really mean anything. Nothing has built-in meaning. So this is already what is being longed for. Whatever this is already what is being longed for. And that seems to long for this, and the longing itself and what is being longed for is already just this. There's no separation. It's just how this nothingness expresses or expressing as what seems to be the longing, what is being longed for, and the one who seems to be longing. So everything is this already. No matter the shape or form it may appear to be, is already just whole and complete. It's already wholeness. If something seems to ask a question, that's wholeness asking the question. If something seems to give an answer, that's wholeness giving an answer. If something seems to complain, to wonder, to get confused, not satisfied. That's wholeness expressing as that already. Whether the answer is given or not, that's just wholeness. Walking or not walking, that's everything already. Thinking or not, that's just wholeness expressing as that. Waiting for something to happen or not is already this. Thinking that there is other than this is already this. Complaining about the weather, talking about the politics, lifting weights, playing a guitar, cracking a joke is already wholeness expressing as that. All stories are already this, expressing as stories. All stories are beautiful. Stories about politics, stories about non-duality, somebody who has got it or not. All are equally this. So somebody trying to get this, somebody trying to get closer to this is already just this already. There is no actual separate self to get this or to get closer to this or to have more clarification. And this doesn't suggest that there shouldn't be any questions. It doesn't suggest that there shouldn't be any happening, apparent happening of somebody looking for this, searching for this, doing meditation, going to the forest. No. What is being suggested here is that whatever is happening, going to the forest, doing meditation, lifting weights, going to the park, is already an expression of everything. So there is really nothing to achieve. There is really nothing to be done. Yet something that seems to be to get done is already this. Seeking for this is already this. Reciting mantras is already. Losing desire to seek for wholeness or to seek for enlightenment is already everything, is already wholeness. So there's no one to find this. There's no one to get this. There's no one to fall away. There's just simply wholeness expressing as whatever is happening or not. So this as it is can't be gotten because it's not a thing. Only in the apparent story, something may seem to be gotten. But this as it is, wholeness, everything as it is, can't be gotten because there is no separate thing. There's nothing separate from everything to get everything. There's only everything. There's only wholeness. Yet saying only it doesn't imply that it's a thing. It's not a thing. It's really nothing. And as a matter of fact, there are no words to really describe what this is. This is wordless. So somehow words here can be used as concepts to really try to describe that which is beyond any description, that which is wordless. So whether there is talking about this happening or not, it doesn't really change this. It doesn't really touch this. Even when somebody says, but what is being spoken is untrue, it's not the truth. It's not the ultimate truth. That's as it is, it doesn't really change this. It doesn't really touch this. This remains as it is. This remains as it is, even in the midst of some people arguing that this must not be the truth. This is untrue. This is not the ultimate truth. This remains as it is, untouched, undisturbed. Yet it also appears as those people talking that this must not be the truth. This is untrue. It is already those people which seem to seems to discuss about this not being the truth or the truth. So there is no escape. There is no escape. Because even escaping is already this. So there is no one here who knows what this is. There's no one here who has great knowledge about everything. Because even that which seems to talk about this is already everything. So there's nothing separate from everything to talk about everything. All there is everything. All there is wholeness. All there is vastness, or whatever you can call it. It's just this sitting on a chair, this waiting, this talking or not, this appearing as a wind blowing, this appearing as the floods, this appearing as nothing, as the space. So this doesn't to to suppress anything. It it doesn't try to prevent any apparent happening from happening. You know, everything still continues. It appears as it is. You know, there is really no agency here to change the world, to win souls, or to save anyone, because it is seen already that everyone, everything, every apparent happening is already wholeness happening. The floods, people walking around, people running away, bodies dropping, is already wholeness happening. Yet in uh, the stories may seem to appear when there is that singular seeing happening, when there is that seeing things as if they are separate happening, then stories may seem to appear. The story of somebody who grew up in a certain location, who has a beautiful family, the story of somebody who is sick or not, you know. All these are just stories. But this, as it is, isn't a story. It's just nothing. It is not a human being. It is not a man or a woman. This, as it is, isn't looking for the next exciting experience for it to be what it is. It's just what it is, whether there is no exciting experience or there is exciting experience, it doesn't really matter, you know. And this, as it is, can't really be bought by anything because it's everything. It's not a thing. Even what appears to be a dot of bottom is already this. So this isn't looking for anything to happen. This isn't waiting for anything to happen. And this isn't really happening. There can be an apparent happening, which really doesn't belong to anyone. Even when there is a claim that it belongs to me, saying it belongs to me, that's it's already saying that, oh, this is happening to me, I'm suffering. That's everything saying, this is happening to me, I'm suffering. Oh, now the suffering is okay, I feel much better. That's everything saying that. That's wholeness saying that already. Something saying, I think I can help. That's already everything saying, I think I can help. So there is really nothing happening already. All there is nothing happening. There are no individuals already. When it is seen that there are individuals, that's just a story. That's an imagination appearing to happen. And the story somehow can also be seen. Something can also be seen saying, oh, there's a lot that is happening. You know, people are dying. There's going to be a World War III. There isn't going to be a World War III. It's just a story. It's just a thought. It's nothing. It's empty. Being afraid of death has to do with being a body. Then the fear of death may seem to come up because something seems to say, I'm this body. So when this body dies, I will die because the body is me. That's just a thought. It is already empty. There's no one behind it. When the body collapses, that thought may still continue to say, oh, I'm still here. Now, what are you? The body is gone. Then what are you now? You know, there's just nothing. There's nothing here, really. There's nothing here. It's just the totality, wholeness, saying, I'm this body. I'm afraid of death. So it identifies with the body. And then when the body is threatened to be killed, then it becomes really afraid, as if it's really the body, but it's not the body. It's not the body. It's everything. It's vastness, playing the game of being a body, playing a game of being different bodies, seeing itself from another perspective or view of its own self, from a different view or different perspective of itself. Playing as Ngosi, Charles talking, as if it's really Charles, as if it's really Ngosi, but it's just vastness expressing as that, seeing itself from a different point of view of its own self. It's never separate. It wasn't separate in the first place. There was no separation. There isn't a real separation.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the root of longing?
Come
The
again?
root. What is the root of what is the source of longing? Longing. You were touching on it earlier.
I think it comes from the sense of separation, that sense or something identifying with the body. It may seem as if everything is incomplete. It may seem as if uh, there is really separation. There is no separation. What appears to be separation, it has to do with being somebody, something identifying with the body, saying, I'm this body. Then there may seem to be that longing for wholeness, for completeness, because what appears to be the body seems to be incomplete. It sees itself as really, incomplete. It needs to achieve something or to get something for it to be complete. So there may seem to be a longing there, longing for completeness, longing for wholeness, longing for unity of all things, as if there is a real separation, as if there is a real incompleteness. Everything is already complete. Even what appears to be longing is already completeness, is already wholeness, appearing as somebody who's separate from everything, then longing to be united with everything, to be one with everything. Yet it's really everything longing. So there is no separate self or real separate self to long for completeness, to long for this, for wholeness. It's just wholeness expressing as somebody who's separate from its own self. Wholeness seeing itself from a different point of view, or from the different perspective, I should say. So there can never be a real separate somebody who's longing for wholeness. It is wholeness already appearing as that. There isn't a real separate self. The separate self has never been found. The separate self can never really be found because there is no separate self. There is no separation. It's all just thought-based. It's just an assumption, an empty assumption, an empty thought appearing to say, I'm separate. I need to be one with the whole. I need to be one with wholes. I need to be united with the whole so I can be complete. I feel incomplete. That's just a thought.
Second cousin. Sorry, I get so few phone calls now. I assume it's an emergency when I do. But that was not an emergency.
So something may seem to fall away. When these talks are happening, such conversations are happening, something may seem to drop or fall away. But the falling away itself, something dropping, it's an illusion. It's illusory. It's just an empty happening. There is really nothing to fall away because there is nothing separate from this. Falling away is just a story. Yet the story itself is this, is everything. Expressing as a story of somebody falling away, who's becoming one with the whole. It's just a story. It's a beautiful story. There isn't anybody here to become whole, one with the whole. There's just wholeness.
So the story of enlightenment is just as false as the story of world domination. For example.
Yeah. Yeah, it's empty, you know. It doesn't mean anything. It's more like birds chirping. Chip, 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 chip. If you impose a meaning there, it may seem it may seem as if it means something, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just chip, 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 an empty chip, chip, chip.
Nice chirping, quality chirping there in Kosi. So that all gets down to shoulds. You know, should I go smoke crack? Should I meditate? What's the difference? What difference does it make? No difference.
Well, there isn't anybody here to do anything. That's what I can say. There isn't anybody here to meditate, to smoke crack, or to do, you know. There's just wholeness. There's just everything already. Yet in the story, smoking crack, it may seem as if it's just uh, a short-lived experience that needs to be maintained from time to time. And in the meantime, the body is getting destroyed. So
Yeah.
yeah, but meditating, there can be a clear seeing happening, you know, that may seem to last lifetime, but you know, it's also just a story, you know. But right now, it's just a story of somebody who's smoking crack, who has short-lived, you know, or experience, you know, it's that needs to be maintained while the body is getting destroyed, lungs getting destroyed, and but a choice can be made as well to choose to meditate, sit quietly.
A little bit of a contradiction in your argument here. I think we've hit at the nub of it through this facetious comment. There's no one to make a decision, then there's no one to make a decision. It's just everything.
Yeah,
But there's no
exactly.
one to make a decision.
Mm.
Although decisions may happen with
Yeah,
clear consequences, one being
exactly.
pleasant and one being unpleasant. But pleasant to who? Nobody. So I don't know. It doesn't make much sense.
Actually, that's what I was trying to say. That a decision can be made, a choice may be made to choose what is good for the body, you know. But it's not that there's an actual somebody who's choosing or left or right. It's just a choice, an empty choice being made. Which in the story, when a certain choice is made, may seem to uh, uh, create unpleasant experiences or some what so-called bad consequences. But everything is empty. Whether a choice is made or not, everything is still empty. Nothing is really going anywhere. There's really nowhere to get to. There's really nothing to achieve. There's really nothing to find. There's really nobody to be enlightened.
Be that as it may, if decisions happen, even though people don't make decisions, decisions happen. Someone may discover that nothing feels better if they meditate rather than smoke crack. Right?
I have a visitor.
You have a visitor.
Can you see?
I can see you. Yeah, well, no. Oh, here we go. Whoa. Look at that. What's he eating? Sugar?
I think it's sugar. Sugar.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you make noises, will he? Oh, because he gets some more sugar.
Hey.
Those guys are going to get mad if you don't chase that monkey away. You'll get the manager.
Yeah. I don't know where they are.
Oh, there's another one. He's
Where
got a friend. He's a bigger friend.
they're making a mess.
There's no one to make a mess in Kosi. A mess is just being made. Wow, they're so cute.
Beautiful.
It's funny, I mean, I know that monkey looks so much different to me than it does to you, just because of familiarity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you grow up with something, it just seems normal. But like squirrels, if that was a squirrel, then you'd be like, "Wow," and be like, "Oh, it's just a squirrel."
I think
That's
they're
it. That's all
done.
the sugar they want.
Yeah.
There was a longing for sugar.
It was indeed.
So it seems to me that all this is to say that it is, but it isn't.
Yes.
So you can say it is, and then somebody can say, but it isn't. Someone can say it isn't. You can say, but it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
It's just
It
a matter of
is. And
it's just a matter of perspective.
yeah.
So are there gangs of monkeys? I mean, are there like dozens of them over there in the trees or in the bushes over there?
Yeah, there are bushes. There are bushes here just before the beach. So they always run around begging for food. Yeah. So it is also written that there is a notice written there saying we shouldn't feed the monkeys. No.
Packets of sugar? Same problem with seagulls some places. Get seagulls. You have seagulls, right?
No.
No, so by the ocean, I don't know, in the UK and in the US, you have these big, big white birds, gorgeous, arced, maybe 3 feet long, wingspan, and these kind of obnoxious beaks with usually little like black thing on them. And they come and they beg for, if you're on the beach eating chips or something, or having a sandwich, they'll just come and obnoxiously try to get the stuff from you all the time. And then so then some people feed them, and it's kind of cute, and then all of a sudden, so you have a huge seagull problem.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You don't know? Are you sure? Maybe there's a different name for them here. Seems like you would know seagulls. That would be everywhere. Let's see. Oops. I cannot minimize when I'm recording. Okay. I don't know. I can't show you the seagulls, I guess. If I do this.
How about if you send on Messenger?
Yeah, but it's not letting me go. Oh, here we go. Let's see. There we go. I sent it in the chat. Sent a picture in the chat.
Okay.
You just get
Wow.
armies of them, like groups of monkeys. That doesn't look familiar.
Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What do you call those?
Yeah, I think I've seen one of these. I've seen one of these.
So they fish, right? They most of the time they just get their they dive in and fish. But yeah, once people start feeding them, then they get kind of out of control. Seems like you'd have to
Yeah,
have them. So you don't have a lot of them on the beaches.
I think I've seen those uh, at the beach near the stones where there are so many stones around. Rocks, huge rocks.
Yeah,
I
they'll
usually
eat
see
like
those.
crabs and stuff too.
Yes, they are very tall.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Kelp gull.
Mm. Sorry.
It says kelp gull. Yeah, internet says you guys have seagulls.
Mm.
Kelp gull, they say. Kelp, like, the plant, ocean plant. Yeah. So apparently, yeah. Well, I should probably go work.
Okay.
All righty, and Kosi, I'll talk to you next week.
All right. All right. Yeah, welcome.